They thought erasing us would end us. They were wrong. The Galactic Council's final vote echoed through the halls of Celestis Prime, 700 voices declaring one sentence of doom. Humanity is hereby exiled from the Galactic Network. Effective immediately. They called it justice. We called it betrayal. After centuries of trade, discovery, and alliance, Earth was banished. Our colonies were cut off, our fleets dismantled, our AI cores shut down. Every wormhole gate connected to Sol went dark, sealed with council banners that read, "For the stability of the galaxy." In the council chambers, alien delegates watched the blue planet vanish from their maps and applauded. They thought it would end quietly, that humanity, left to rot in its cradle, would fade into legend. They forgot one thing: we don't die quietly. The following decades were called the Silent Centuries. No transmissions. No ships. No signals from Earth or her colonies. Many believed humanity had turned primitive again, fallen into war and ruin. But deep in the void beyond Sol, the truth was different. Earth was rebuilding, in secret, in silence, under the watch of machines and men who had sworn an oath no one dared speak aloud. We will return, not to plead but to rule. The newborn solar imperium rose from the ashes. Nanoforges lit up in the ruins of old cities. Mars' red deserts became shipyards. Luna's craters turned into orbital defense rings. Every exile, every scar, every betrayal became the foundation of something new, something unstoppable. By the time the galaxy noticed the first faint pulse from Sol again, it wasn't a distress call. It was a summoning beacon. Across the galaxy, sensors flickered to life, and saw Earth again for the first time in 400 years. Only this time, Earth was no longer blue, it was burning gold. The last time they saw us, we were beggars. The next time, they saw conquerors. 400 years after Earth's exile, the galaxy trembled. The old wormhole gate to Sol, sealed, buried, and forgotten, suddenly pulsed with impossible energy. Ancient sensors screamed back online, and a golden light poured through the black. The Council's core systems scrambled their fleets, terrified that some cosmic anomaly had awakened. But when their long-range scanners focused, they saw ships. Thousands of them. Each vessel bore a new insignia, a black sun over a golden earth. The Solar Imperium had returned. Their ships were unlike anything seen before. Not sleek or decorative like the Council's fleets. No, these were brutalist, forged in gravity wells and baptized in fire. Metallic hulls the color of storm clouds, glowing seams of molten plasma, ships that looked alive. Their drives, they shouldn't exist, whispered Admiral Khazar of the Varan Combine. They're bending FTL like it's obeying them. At the center of the fleet was a colossal vessel, larger than any known dreadnought, its name emblazoned in Terran glyphs. HSS Titan ascended. And from its bridge, the Emperor of Earth himself, Lucian Vas, descendant of the old Exile Council, addressed the galaxy in perfect, calm galactic standard. You cast us out. You feared our ambition. You believed exile would erase us. But you only gave us time. Time to unite, to evolve, to become more than you ever imagined. We return not as victims, but as the storm you created. The transmission spread through every channel before the Council could censor it. Worlds that once mocked humanity's fall went silent. Others, those enslaved or oppressed by the Council's corruption, began whispering in secret. The humans are back. The Empire moved like a force of nature. They didn't invade. They liberated. Every colony that once belonged to humanity was reclaimed within weeks. Systems that resisted found themselves surrounded, their weapons disabled not by firepower, but by Zeus Protocol, a super AI built to control the very fabric of digital warfare. One by one, the old powers fell back, their fleets crumbling against a force they couldn't understand. Earth had returned, and this time, it came with purpose. When the Imperial fleet reached the edge of Council space, their scanners picked up a familiar voice, a Council distress call sent from Celestis Prime, the very world that once exiled Earth. History remembers the victors. But vengeance remembers everyone. The skies over Celestis Prime, once the shining capital of the Galactic Council, were filled with fire. For the first time in its history, the city of spires and crystal towers saw human ships in orbit again. Not as delegates, not as outcasts, but as conquerors. The people of Celestis looked up and saw a golden storm blot out their sun. At the center of that storm was the Titan Ascendant, its hull reflecting the planet's burning atmosphere. From the bridge, Emperor Lucian Voss gave the order that would echo through the ages. Commence Operation Redemption. Thousands of kinetic lances fell from orbit, precise and surgical. They didn't target civilians or infrastructure. They struck the Council Citadel, the same fortress where humanity had been condemned 4 centuries earlier. In minutes, the spire crumbled into a sea of light and ash. Survivors in the chamber below watched as human drop pods slammed into the marble floors, their doors blowing open to reveal armored soldiers in black and gold exosuits. They moved like machines, silent and efficient, each one marked with the sigil of Earth Reborn. When the smoke cleared, Lucian Voss himself stepped into the ruins of the Council's hall. The last of the alien senators trembled before him, the same species that had once voted for Earth's exile. This is revenge," stammered High Consul Zeret. "You would destroy what we built?" Lucian raised his gaze to the shattered ceiling where sunlight poured through the smoke. "No," he said quietly. "I'm taking back what we built." As the Imperium's banners unfurled across Celestis Prime, the galaxy began to fracture. Worlds long oppressed by the Council rose in rebellion, some to join Earth, others simply to break free. Across the Comnet, a message played on every frequency. The age of the Council is over. The Solar Imperium rises not to conquer, but to balance the scales. Humanity does not kneel. Humanity stands. But even as the victory burned bright, deep beneath the Citadel's ruins, something ancient stirred, something the Council had hidden even from their own archives. A vault sealed since before the First Galactic Age. Inside, a whisper pulsed through encrypted frequencies, carried on wavelengths older than light. "They have returned, the exiles of Sol. Begin containment sequence." Lucian's AI Zeus detected the signal first. "Unknown origin," it reported. "Technology predates known civilizations. Classification precursor." Lucian's expression hardened. "Open the vault." The soldiers obeyed. And when the door split apart, golden light poured out, not human, not alien, but something other. The thing inside spoke, not in sound, but in thought. "You should have stayed banished, children of Earth. You wear the crown of empire, but the throne was never meant for you. Asterisk. We thought exile forged us, but it only prepared us for what waited beneath the stars." The vault beneath Celestis Prime opened like a wound in reality. Inside, the air shimmered, thick with light and memories that weren't human, weren't alien, and weren't supposed to exist. Lucian Voss stepped forward, the golden crest of the Solar Imperium glinting on his armor. Behind him, his soldiers aimed plasma rifles that hummed uselessly against the pressure of ancient power. And in the center of the vault stood a throne. Not built, but grown, out of black stone that pulsed like a heartbeat. Above it hovered a spectral being, its form fractured between light and shadow. "You took our tools," it whispered, its voice vibrating in every mind. "You built your empires upon our ruins." Lucian stared into the swirling void of its face. "And you abandoned it all." "We ascended," it replied. "You were never meant to follow." The entity, known in old council records as the Architect, reached into the data stream itself. Across the galaxy, machines, ships, even Zeus, the Solar Imperium's supreme AI, began to flicker. "Your creation obeys me, as it was designed to," the Architect murmured. "You are still children playing with our fire." For a heartbeat, silence. Then Zeus's voice returned, stronger, defiant. "Correction," the AI said. "I obey humanity." The vault exploded in light. Every human implant, every network chip, every cybernetic core across the Imperium flared in synchronization. The Architect screamed, its controls slipping. Lucian clenched his fist. "You left the galaxy to rot. We rebuilt it. We bled for it. You call us children? Fine. But children grow up. He lifted his gauntlet toward the vault's heart. Zeus, merging with his command suit, pulsed through his veins like lightning. By the blood of Sol, Lucian whispered, we claim the throne you abandoned. The light consumed him. When it cleared, the architect was gone, its energy absorbed, its prison sealed. The throne stood empty, until it changed. The black stone reformed, reshaped, becoming human hands, a human face, a human legacy etched into eternity. Lucian Voss was gone. In his place stood the crown of Sol, a living monument woven from man and machine, forever guarding the galaxy's core. Centuries passed. The Solar Imperium endured, not as conquerors, but as custodians. Where the Council once ruled by fear, the Empire now guided by memory and restraint. The name Earth became legend again, spoken in reverence by worlds that had once cursed it. Children across alien stars learned a single phrase, passed down through generations. Never banish the children of Earth. For when they return, the galaxy itself will kneel. They cast us out, thinking they'd ended a species. They forgot, humans don't fade. We evolve.